Hey YouTube, this is Dan Harkinz, or Mr. Kittens if you're coming from GameFAQs. Gonna be doing a post-mortem on my fight with Lady Maria of the Astral Clocktower. Now, I don't hide it, I hate this bitch, and it took me a lot of tries to finally get her down because I just couldn't understand her thrust attack, and it just kept killing me over and over and over and over, and about 400 plus tries later, I managed to get successful and actually kill her. Now, Lady Maria isn't difficult as to say that her moves are difficult to dodge. It's more about getting your timing right. So yeah, her moves are kind of difficult to dodge if your timing isn't right, and this is what I mean. A lot of her attacks have a delay. It's not that she automatically goes in this position to attack you and you just instantly dodge it like most bosses. There is like this lag before she goes and does the actual attack. And what you instinctively do is you go into a dodge. You see her prepping her attack, you go into a dodge. Then you find out she hasn't even attacked yet, so by the time you finish dodging, the attack's already being unleashed, it's hitting you, it's a failed dodge, and you die. That's just the way this fight goes with her. So really, if you're having issues with Lady Maria at BL4, which is where I'm fighting her, having a lot of issues with, get the dodge timing right for most of her attacks, and you probably won't have too many issues, and you can get through this a few tries. But if you suck dick like I do, then maybe even knowing that isn't going to help, and you're just going to have to pray to God that her AI lets you kill her. Because here's the thing. She has an attack that you just saw. It's her thrust technique. This attack, out of most boss attacks and enemy attacks, I feel is probably the most unfair in the way that it tracks and can home into your back. Now, this is a game where you're in a dream, you're not in a dream, you're fighting fucking Kraft macaroni monsters. So I take things with a grain of salt, but there's certain mechanics that just should exist that don't. That being, if the boss is facing away from you, they're doing a charge attack, how do they end up immediately behind you and then hit you with that attack? That's all I'm going to say. Now, her thrust attack can be dodged. It's a 3 or 4 second charge up time, and if you count in your head, and if you know how to count, I have issues, 1K asterisk. See, I can't even fucking count. I had issues trying to get the timing down. What helped me was being able to see her hand positioning when it made that slight move that she was going to unleash the attack. I would just dodge it, and it just helped so much. Now, a concern is sometimes I would keep my distance from Lady Maria, and I wouldn't be able to see her hand change. So I'd try to go on the method of counting, and I'd fuck it up every time. Get hit, and you die. This is what you need to know about this thrust attack. You can survive this. You will almost always die because you mistime your dodge, and in this game there's a mechanic where you take double the damage when you mess up your dodge. Because it wasn't enough just to take standard damage, fucking it up. They said, you know what would be a great mechanic? What if they missed it, and on top of taking damage, they take more damage, and they threw that in. That's all I'll say about it, people. Not a huge fan of it. So you really got to get your dodge timings down on this fight. And it really, once you have it down, like getting her to phase 3 is actually really fucking easy. You just dodge her attacks, don't get hit by her blood. Wait, that doesn't help anybody. That's like saying, yeah, you can make $1 million, get a job and make $1 million. Here's what you need to know, folks. Phase 2, every time she goes in it, about, I don't know if it's exactly 50% of her health, or if it's more like if she's at 75. I can't say. I would say pretty close to half. She goes into it. You can get 2 to 3 shots off on her. Slashes. I mean, not fucking. I mean, you could shoot her, but you could slash her. You get 2 or 3 slashes. You back off. You don't have to worry about getting killed by the blood. Now, when she goes into phase 2, all of her attacks have extra range, and there's this trail of blood. So if you touch it, it hurts you. Doesn't make any fucking sense, but that's just the way it works in this game. Her other attack, which will fuck you up, is her double slash over the shoulder attack. It just kills you all the time. Now you can knock her out of this. I figured this out by watching a Scrublord video, that you can just R1, L1 into her, and usually you can knock her out. Sometimes, though, it doesn't work, and she gets hyper armor and just fucking kills you. More often than not, I found it easier just to parry it. And there may be some examples where I might successfully parry her in this video. But most of the time, my method for fighting her, phase 1 up to phase 2, is to do some 2 to 3 standard attacks. This verifies that she's not dodging away. And then open up into, 2 transfer attacks and try to shoot her and see if I can parry her. If I parried her, go into a charged R2 and hit her. If I took damage prior to putting her into a visceral state, I'll go in and get the visceral. Yeah, it doesn't give me enough damage, but it gives me health, and I don't have to use a vial. So that's kind of the difficulties here. Really easy. Dodge all of her attacks. Once you got the timings down, like her first phase and 2 phase, a lot of these attacks are really easy. You just have to be careful if she is going to do the double sword attack, and you got to make that attack right there. Be fucking careful about that, because the delay will fuck you up. That's what this whole fight is about. It's about punishing people that dodge spam. And you're going to learn right quick not to be doing that shit. Some of you. I didn't learn. And I just prayed to God that things would work out and I would kill her. And after 400 plus attempts, I did. Embarrassingly enough, it took me 400 plus tries over a course of 3 days, and a lot of tears were shed, but I never once threw my controller. And that's something I can be proud about, because I'm an adult. And you see that attack? I actually fucking survived it. I am amazed. Probably because I took that attack head on. If I were to dodge, it's over. And again, survive another attack. So she has a lot of dangerous attacks that will either one-shot kill you or put you near one shot. And when she does this helicopter dive attack, I was going to say it's easily dodgeable, but as you can see, I totally fucked it up and I ate it. All the times I die in this, probably because of dodging at the worst time or getting too greedy, because you can usually get 1 to 3 shots in on her in phase 2, but difficulties being sometimes she's just elusive as fuck, like friend zone elusive. Like, hey, can you go out this Saturday? Oh no, my sister's in the hospital. Or, oh, I can't because I don't want to suck your dick. That type of elusiveness. That's the type of elusiveness that she is. Sometimes she just doesn't stay to take those hits. And granted, I get it. No one wants to take these hits, especially if you're a fucking boss. But on the other hand, this fight can be really frustrating if all she does is dodge. And I had a fight, and unfortunately I didn't record it. That's all she did. This was from phase 1. She just kept dodging, and I would get stuck in this loop of dodging. I'd run out of stamina, and she'd use her gun. That's one technique to watch out, guys. If you can take something from this, don't exhaust all your stamina. Actually, you should probably use that in any fight. But if you exhaust all of your stamina, or maybe you took a hit and you're dodging and you run out of stamina, she almost always follows up with a shot from her Evelyn pistol, and it's pretty much game over. A lot of my phase 1 failures were due to that attack. Now, anything else that you really can take from this video? One, I have a lot of time. I mean, this video is almost 16 minutes long. And I appreciate if you actually got this far and watched it. Really, the only thing I really want this video to do is maybe help someone that might be in the same position who may not have the fantastic reflexes or the skills to know you can do it. That's the one thing you have to know about this game. Every boss fight is doable at level 1, given that you've leveled up your weapon and you've gebbed it properly. You can pretty much get through it. It all comes down to dodging right and having the persistence to try to defeat the boss. Now, one thing that I've learned from playing Nioh, I haven't played any of the Dark Souls or Demon Souls, is not to get greedy. Getting greedy almost always leads to your death, as it does in multiple attempts against this bitch, who still keeps killing me. Now, in Phase 3, all of our attacks have fire. Okay, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and you can just see, I was like, please, game, give it to me. Just let me kill this bitch. And the game said, no, you cannot kill her if you're going to be greedy. And this is the successful attempt, people. Spoiler alert, I guess. Fucking kill this bitch. And it was a joyous fight. So let's take a look and see what's going right. So she's taking the shots in the face. I'm getting some good parry attempts, so that's good. I'm going to swing in my sword, take a hit, get back in there, swing some more, dodge attack, hit the bitch. She backs away, and every time she backs far away, I take the time to get a heal in. And then just go right back into it, folks. Like I said, you know, look how fast that was. That was pretty quick. Now she's in the Phase 2. This is where it gets substantially more difficult. And you can see she's walking into these like shelves. People, be very careful about those. If she gets stuck behind those and she's going to do a thrust attack, it may be hard to see what she's going to do because you can't see what she's going to do. So be careful about trying to fight her near those corners. And you can see here, she uses her long range thrust attack, dodge it, and it just, everything seems so easy. And that's the thing that I like about these YouTube videos. When you watch someone do it at BL4, you're like, God damn, that's really easy. They had no trouble. What they don't show you is the numerous amount of failures that led up to gaining the knowledge and figuring out what to do. I'm just showing you, I fucked up so many times in this fight, but things are just going so well. I'm getting all my attacks on her. In her Phase 3 startup, you can get quite a few shots into her before backing off. And here, like I said, all of her attacks have this flammable flame stuff, which is not cool to get hit by. And I'm kind of scared. My hands are, not my hands, but my palms are sweaty, you know, because I'm like, this has been 400 tries. I still haven't killed her. Why is this so hard? But things are just going well, and I just could feel it in this fight that things were going to go well. Until I took that attack. I was like, oh shit, I'm dead. But I'm still walking. Okay, I'm good. And there's no shame. If you take a hit, back off. But you gotta be careful when backing off, because a lot of her attacks have that range. And if you're fucking, holy shit, lucky, God was watching me fight this bitch. He's like, you've spent 3 days of your life not interacting with anyone, you fucking loser. Just beat this bitch and go do something. Again, I'm like, holy shit, like, I am so goddamn lucky. This is not even about skill, people. This is just luck. I can't believe I'm not dying in those dodges. Just perfectly timed. Not perfectly timed dodges, because I'm still taking the hit. And you can see I'm just trying anything. Like, I'm trying to cap this bitch. Just anything to fucking watch her die and for the prey slaughter to show up. I don't even try to go for that because she's probably going to do some bullshit. And it's coming up, folks. This is it. That's it, bitch. Get the fuck out this tower. And let me go get frustrated with another boss fight. So, hopefully someone learned something from this. If not, thanks for checking it out. Take care.